Here's the start of our Jet Jon project. This is a 1981 Koffler JetSled. So let me see if I can show you what it looks like there. So we got this from a guy local here, paid him $3,500 for it. It's got a good hole on it, has a 175 horse Mariner motor, and the engine block has a hole in it. The kid ran it on this motor until it blew up. So this thing is huge. So we just picked this jet ski up a couple days ago. This is a 2012 Sea-Doo Wake Pro 215. So it's got the supercharged Rotax in it. It's in good shape, runs great. We just had it on the river and it absolutely moves. So it's honestly a shame because this jet ski is in really good shape. It's got about 150 hours on it. It's gonna be hard to want to cut it up, so we'll see. Maybe there's another option somehow. We can get this Jet Jon rolling. But the initial idea with this jet ski is obviously to cut the pump and the motor out and then place them and mate them into the boat. We are not fabricators. We are just kind of rednecks with a dream. We'll rip the floor out of the boat and get it all cleaned up, get the motor off. That's our project. We got the boat cleaned out. Got the floor off. You can kind of see in there what we're working with. So yeah, I mean, we got solid aluminum, not solid, but channel, maybe it's square, I don't know, stringers running all the way up to the front. It turns up right here. This is a true flat bottom. Once it gets to about here, we kind of banana up a ways. So it's pretty heavy duty, which is good. We got all the lines, hydraulic trim lines taken out and stuff. So now we're gonna take it down to the car wash, pressure wash and degrease all of it and scoop all this stuff out. And then go take a couple oars and put it on the pond and see if we get water in anywhere. Doing our maiden voyage of our hole here. See how she goes.
Step right here.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Me?
No.
Oh, you want to see how?
Yeah.
Oh, we got 3 people standing on the side.
Yeah. I'm like full on weight. I'm holding myself up. I'm just holding my boots on still. That's pretty good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's all my weight.
That's all mine, on one foot.
Oh, mine.
This is a 30 boat. Whoa.
Yeah, there's not a leak. That's just running between the two runners.
Well, let's get in. Let's go. So far, so good. There's 3 idiots and a kid out here.
It's me.
Yeah. But she floats. All right, guys. The boat floats. That was pretty easy. Didn't see any pinholes or anything like that. So
Good.
now we're gonna head back to the shop and figure out what we're gonna start cutting. All right, so we're gonna start turning into the jet ski. Take the bench off. Obviously, here's our motor. So the goal is to get the motor. Well, I don't know. I don't know what we got to get out. I think we're gonna start with the electronics up here, get these out and disconnected, figure out what all we can get out without having to separate the fiberglass or cut the fiberglass. and just ruined my jet ski.
So now we can go back. $6,000.
Stop. Okay. Just stay shallow. Okay, now you're into the foam.
Okay.
So just stay shallow, but you should be fine. Glue? Yeah. I don't know why you couldn't just stop right there and cut across the top. And then cut it out to right here. Okay, you have a little teeny port right there. All right, guys. Well, yeah, there's your bead.
Yeah, that's where you're looking. Looks like an artist did this.
Well, it's cut. that was hard. We made it now.
Well, dude, you put a lift kit on your car.
Here we are. So now we just gotta figure out how to disassemble a bunch of this and ultimately get it out. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. We gotta figure something out, but this is what it looks like now. We just cut it right there so we could access all this stuff. Don't know if that was a good idea or not, but oh well.
It's done.
It's done. All right, I got the pump, the nozzle, the reverse bucket, everything off. This cover that threaded in to cover the splines and seal was not on, so that's not good. I don't think it's the end of the world. There's my impeller, my wear ring. Probably gonna replace that while I got it out. Get that tuned up. Maybe look at another impeller. Nozzle, steering, reverse bucket. Actually, that's my nozzle, but steering. Now I gotta figure out what I do from here. I took all these off for the IBR controller, and now I'm starting to think I shouldn't have, because it's glued on the inside and I don't really want to mess with that. So I think I'm gonna put these back in. Oh, well, I left one on. I'm an idiot. All right, so I just took that off, this last one, and this is still rock solid, so I think it's glued in there and sealed, so I don't want to mess with it. I shouldn't have taken any of these out. Whoops. Okay, we got the drive shaft out. That carbon seal in there, we had to get a little creative because we don't have the right tools. we used 2 pry bars and we were gentle. And you pop the carbon steel that way, and then you get the C-ring will expose, and then you pull that C-ring off, and then you have to take the carbon steel and you have to push it that way, and then it lets go of the drive shaft. And here's my drive shaft. I'm sure it's gonna be a good thing to put new seals on that thing anyway. But now we're free here. So now it's a matter of just getting everything else apart. We're pretty much isolated electronically. We're free. I got the water. I got to get off here. And then I'll probably try and take this off. Yeah, I'll take this off. There, some more electronics. Anyway, so once I get this off, I'll pull this out, loosen this, pull this out. And then I want to lift this motor out and get it set down. And then we can decide how we're going to cut the rest of the hull out so that it fits into the boat. There's the motor. I'm just going to try and get her set down. Here's what we got going inside. Obviously motor mount, motor mount, motor mount. Got the carbon seal here, and that's going to be all new to me. I don't know how to fix that or how to reinstall it. It's sitting right here. Probably going to have to just put a new one in because I don't want to put a bad one in. We got some cooling here that goes into the heat exchanger. So this is an open loop cooling, and then the engine block itself is closed loop. That's what the radiator coolant is for there. We've got these lines. As far as I can tell, these have something to do with the drain. I don't fully understand, but that's got to do with draining. So now it's a matter of figuring out how to cut the bottom out of this and what all we need to keep, and how to get it fitted into the boat over there. All right, you guys, this is what, day 3? Day 3 of the Jet Jon. So in the last one, obviously we got the motor out, you know, the whole thing. So now we need to come up here and get the electronics disassembled, get the steering cable disconnected, and then we're gonna finish trying to cut the fiberglass out so we can get the piece we want out, and then start measuring it in the boat itself and figuring out how we're gonna do all that. So we really don't know what we're doing. We're just kind of sending it and hoping for the best. And so we got the dash and everything disassembled. We got all the wiring out. We got the steering cable back to here. And now we're just cutting up high, and we're going to cut this back section out. Clayton took it upon himself to cut about 6 inches further than I told him to. Thanks, buddy. So hopefully that's not an issue. We're gonna drill a hole and drain the coolant into a bucket below.
You think we're good?
Yep. Perfect. So the question is now, what do we do? We've done the easy part. Now the hard part. figuring out how much to cut out of the actual boat. All right, well, we're gonna figure out what to do next. All right, guys, this is like day 5 of our boat build. So obviously we've got this out, we've got the boat. We've spent like 2.5 days sitting in this shop trying to figure out how we're gonna make this work. Now we have some aluminum, some more aluminum, and we're trying to figure out how to bend it. We're about to do some really redneck stuff. It's probably not very smart, but that's what we got. So we're trying to bend that sheet of aluminum so that it'll fit over and kind of round over this. And then we're gonna make it up and just kind of protect all that with aluminum and build all around that jet ski hole with aluminum. And so we're gonna use the weight of that truck to hopefully bend this aluminum. It's really dumb, but it's what we got. Here's how we're trying to bend our aluminum. It's pretty bad.
Down, so these are coming up.
I agree. We're trying to get this rounded just right. We're using a little heat to try and get it rounded right because we didn't have a good way to bend it. We took this to a brake that our neighbor has and put this in the brake and broke out to try and match. All right, this is like what? Day 5, 6?
595.
We've done a lot since we last filmed. We've spent a lot of time on it since we last filmed, but we haven't done very much other than look at it. So we're finally in a place now where this is shaped. Don't ask us how we did it because it was hard and it took forever and it wasn't very good. We've got this clean. We've got holes drilled to anchor it down. We've got 3M5200. We're gonna lock it on here so it never comes off. And we've got a channel. We've got a channel cut out of the bottom of the boat. Kind of matches our width here. So we're gonna get the metal. We're gonna get the metal welded, glued, bolted on, and then we'll call it a day. Anyway, that's what we're doing. Boat update. There she sits. So we got this plate mounted. We used 3M5200 to get this mounted here. Got some bolts coming through, as you can see. Got a good squeeze out there of the stuff. Okay, and then we come down and we've got a bottom plate here. We got that mounted on the fiberglass going up through here. And we have this coming in. We put this 2-inch plate in and ran a couple welds. We'll make that prettier at some point. My welding skills are trash. We're sitting in down here. We got some nasty gaps, so we're gonna have to fill there. But we're in under here. Gotta fill that. We got that there. It's just sitting there. Anyway, we gotta figure out what to do with that up front. But that is the update. So Now we're getting pieces built for the side. And it's definitely crooked, but we'll make it work. Get this piece in, get this piece in, get the top on. And then the hardest part is gonna be sealing these areas right here. So that's the boat update. We've spent many hours just getting to this point that we didn't film, but you really didn't miss out on much. We used 1/4-inch plywood to build templates for this stuff before we cut the metal. So we could use the 1/4-inch plywood, set it up here, make marks, cut it all out, make sure it all fits. And then we would use that to mark the metal and cut. So we didn't have to go burn through metal accidentally. We use countersink heads, stainless. These are 1/4-inch. We got a good bead there. That'll be waterproof forever. Got a little spot there we'll have to grind off and put some 5200 in. But yeah, that's the boat update now. I don't know how many days we're in this thing, like 10 days. We're really bad fabricators, but here we are. So we'll give you an update on the next go around here. Get these sides in, the top on, and we gotta get this whole thing lifted up, flipped over so that I can weld the bottom all up and make my welds somewhat nice, and then seal them probably with 3M 5200 because I don't trust my welding skills to keep water out. But I do trust silicone, so. Anyway, that's the update. All right, y'all. I'm dirty. Gross. Little boat update. Today's Christmas Day, by the way. My wife was nice enough to let me come work on the boat. So, here's the thing. We got the box on the back. Got her put in. We have taken 3M 5200 and we have 5200 anywhere that we think might ever leak. Okay, we got this all in. I know it looks terrible, whatever. It is terrible, truthfully, but make sure Clayton didn't blow out a weld there. Okay. Anyway, so we're sealed. It's disgusting, I know, but there's a box, there's a boat. This is what we look like inside. Motor's gonna mount there, obviously. And we're sticking out, I wanna say it's about 14 inches out of the back is how far we're sticking out. So we saved 14 inches in the boat, but also we were able to seal everything up and call it a day. Some of these welds are absolutely horrendous. We are not aluminum welders, we're not fabricators, but that's the update on the boat. Next step, we're gonna put the motor in it, put the drive shaft back in, install the carbon seal so that the intake is sealed, and then we need to go put it on the water and make sure we don't have any holes. We put a lot of 3M 5200 on this thing, so we don't leak water. But anyway, that's update on the boat.
Somehow that motor mount there, it looks like it's gonna make me up to that.
It will. All right, you guys, we just got the drive shaft back in here. So here's your carbon ring. Here's whatever that metal piece is called. We're back in. So you have to pull this whole assembly back to get the C-clip. And we used a pry bar carefully against the supercharger. And there's that clip. That's what retains this and keeps it in place, keeps pressure up on the wear ring. Now, Sea-Doo wants you to buy some fancy tools to do this. We did it in like 5 seconds with 2 pry bars and a ratchet strap with a 2x4 holding the drive shaft in place. We just tied a ratchet strap holding this 2x4 against the back of the drive shaft. That honestly, I thought that was gonna be the hardest part of this whole thing. That took 30 seconds once we had that 2x4 in place. That was so easy. So we'll see if we did it wrong, but that was not nearly as hard as I thought it was gonna be.
Doesn't need to be a big one, but not a small one. Like a quarter. Yeah. Hopefully.
All right, y'all. Jet pump's back in. Obviously the bucket, the IBR, everything's good. We got the battery back in and the electronics. IBR's hooked up. And overall, everything in the motor's good to go. This is gonna be our air intake for now. The only thing we really need to do is we gotta get the gas tank in. We're just gonna steal the one off of the jet ski for now. And then we gotta get some coolant back in this thing. We had to pretty much drain all of it, turn this apart. And we need to check the motor oil, make sure we still got oil. So hopefully we have oil. It's showtime. We started it, verified that it ran. And now we're gonna hook her up and go see if we can get it wet. This is what she's looking like. Gonna have to figure out what to do with this, and obviously we've got a lot of work left, but this is gonna be sweet or horrible. Not sure yet. All right.
Get it straight again.
Yeah, no, you're good. I can go right. I want to get us on the left so we can go.
The boat floats. No holes that we know of. We got her up to 45 miles an hour. We had some cavitation issues when it was just me and Clayton. We couldn't get going. And mind you, we have no weight in the front. We don't have anything up front. But once we threw the third person on the front and me and Clayton scooted as far forward as we could, we were able to get going. Definitely need to add weight in the front, but once we do. So yeah, anyway, we're gonna load her up and see if we screwed anything up.
Hold up against the shaft. We got 2 brake bars. You have 2 running brake bars. 2. No. 2 freaking.
stay tuned for part 2, you guys. I know there's a lot I didn't go over. Any questions you have, put them in the comments. Like if you want to know how I did something a certain way. I'm going to reiterate. We are not fabricators. We are not welders. We are electricians. So don't judge our skills too much here. But long story short, it's been sweet. We got a lot left to do to get it going. The steering is just a temporary setup. It's obviously a push-pull. And it's pretty ghetto. But yeah, the boat's sick. I've had it out on the river a few times. I've been hunting in it. And it rips. I haven't had any issues with it. 4 people and probably 250 pounds worth of duck decoys and other gear. And I hit going down river 50 miles an hour, and upriver I was going 45 miles an hour with 4 people in gear. It runs shallow. I've ran, I think probably the shallowest I've been in is about 3 inches, and I never hit. Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed. I'm a lot more impressed and a lot more satisfied, truthfully, than I thought I would be. I was so scared that I was going to have a lot of issues when I actually got it out there, but it's really been, so far, so good. We got a ton of work left on it. Anyway, stay tuned, subscribe, please, and I'll release some more videos as we go out throughout the build. And if you have any questions, let me know. Appreciate you guys.